Today we're checking out 4 games that 25th Century Games is bringing to Kickstarter this month. Hey gang, thanks for joining us for Tangent Round Studio 3. I'm Will Meadows.
And I'm Sara Meadows. And today we're talking about the upcoming Kickstarter from 25th Century Games, which is going to feature Sand Art, Big Sur, Grand Central Skyport, and Wine Cellar.
Today we want to give you just a quick peek at each one of these games so that you can just kind of know what's coming and what to expect, and then if any of them capture your attention, you can be sure to check out their Kickstarter campaign to learn more. Let's get started by looking at Wine Cellar.
Wine Cellar is from designer Andrew Stiles and will feature artwork from Vincent Dutray.
It's a bidding game for 1 to 8 players that takes about 20 minutes to play, and it will have players trying to collect different bottles of wine in order to put together the perfect collection.
Over the course of 8 rounds, the bottles will be arranged to create a timeline for the order in which the wine will be consumed.
Each bottle will be worth a different amount based on where it is in the timeline. Players will receive points based on their client's preferences for wine type and country of origin. I had a chance to preview this one at TantrumCon this past year. It's an easy but thinky card game that feels unique and looks gorgeous out on the table considering that it's just cards.
Yeah, and this one does play up to 8 players, and it scales and it has simultaneous play, so it doesn't add any extra time to gameplay.
Speaking of games that do have some table presence, let's jump in and take a look at Grand Central Skyport.
This is from designer Dan Germain and has art from Andrew Bosley.
This is a 2 to 4 player rondel game that will have you operating an airship station trying to attract the most prestigious tycoons to your city.
During the game, you'll add new airships to your skyport and try to maneuver them in groups of the same color so that you can stack them and score increasingly more points.
You can draft tycoons to your skyport, which will bring unique advantages in manipulating your docked airships, as well as improve your scoring opportunities at the end of the game.
This one is really puzzly due to how each time you add a ship, it will require you to rearrange what's currently in your skyport.
You're going to want to try to score the set collection objectives to score big points. Those are going to be in descending order, so the first person who gets there is going to get the points. This is the type of game that the ending sneaks up on you. Even though you know that that card is coming, you can see the deck dwindling. Trying to get all your stuff into the right order or right rows before the game ends is a challenge, and it's a quick one.
A game that snuck up on me is Sand Art. All the nostalgia of going to the fair and begging your mom to buy you that really cool sand art piece. Or failing when you try and make one yourself as a kid. 25th Century is bringing a rondel and right to Kickstarter.
Sand Art from designer Corey Jordan will feature the art of Matt Paquette and Co. and will deliver a unique entry into the something and right style of games.
Yeah, during gameplay, you will be moving back and forth along a linear track of actions on the table to gather different colors of sand to your supply.
You can mix primary colors into new secondary colors and pour them into your bottles to create different patterns. Creating the most unique and visually pleasing bottle will earn you the most points. This move and fill game, with its colored pencils and unique mechanics, will delight both roll and write game lovers as well as fans of pattern building and abstract games.
Finally on the list is Big Sur from designer Mondo Davis, with art from Tristan Rosen.
This is a 2 to 4 player game that will have you cruising along California State Route 1 on the Big Sur Coast Highway to check out the views and the landmarks along the way.
In Big Sur, players draft cards to use them either as resources to build new road sections or as the road sections themselves. Your path of cards will score for connecting terrain types and other conditions.
You can also add notable landmarks to your highway for unique scoring conditions.
The cards in Big Sur are double use, so you can either choose to use them as the resource or go ahead and build them. They have a mile amount on them, and you're going to score 1 point for every mile of highway that you build in the game, and you're trying to connect sections of forests and ocean and different views that you'll see along the way.
So we know that was a super quick overview of all of these games, but they are all available on the Kickstarter coming from 25th Century Games, and if any of them looked interesting to you, or all of them, then definitely check out their campaign. As always, thank you guys so much for tuning in and following along, checking out all of our videos here at Tangent Round.